Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back again for the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 2. So if you're not familiar with this challenge, it's a prompt assignment challenge. Each week I draw one slip of paper out of this bag that has two prompts on it that are opposite each other. And then you are to make a piece of ephemera using one of each of the prompts. You can do collage, like on a whole piece of paper. Ephemera, I said, a painting, whatever. I don't really care. I meant it to be like to build our ephemera stash for junk journals. But if you do some other art form, that's fine with me. That's no biggie. So you can use whatever background you like. You don't have to use the same thing I'm using that week. Like if I'm using a guest check and you don't have guest checks, you can use envelopes or a piece of paper or whatever in the world your heart desires. Okay. So for example, last week we had number 39 was good. So I made this little, sorry, I'm out of breath. I was outside watering. And it's hot. I made this little flip open paper thingy, like so. And this one is good. And it has a little tag in here. And then this one is evil. I mean, I think he's kind of cute actually, but you know, vampire's evil. So, wow, that's really stuck in there. That's just an example, and you can do it however you want. You can interpret the prompts however you like. It's just all meant to be fun. So I'm going to draw the prompts for this week. And if you'd like to participate and post, sorry, I got two. Let me get one here. And participate, you can post on social media. Just use the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 2. It's all one, no spaces. Alrighty. So this week we have right and left. So, for example, you could have, say, a tag or whatever and do your design on the right, and then on the next tag, do your design on the left, something like that. Or if you have some cool old images of like right shoe, left shoe, or I don't know, whatever your heart desires. Like I said, I just like to try to give a couple ideas so that you don't feel like, well, what in the world am I going to do? So number 41 is right. Number 42 is left. So I will be right back. I'm going to go get some items together. Be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So, hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 2, right and left. It's been a few days for me. So what I have are some little cherubs, and this one's facing right when you're looking at her. And this one's facing left. Okay, so that's what I'm going with. I understand, depending on how you look at this, they're going to be like this one could be left, this one could be right. I get it. But when we're looking down at them, this one is looking right, this one is looking left. Okay, so we'll start with right. And I just have these glue book pages that, you know, I've glued on and then folded them in half when they got too sticky so that we can use them for journaling cards or pockets for journals or all kinds of things. So that's what I have. I have 4 of those. And what we're going to do, I want torn edges. So I'm going to tear the edges on these just a little bit. I want them about roughly the size of these two, which are a little bit smaller than these two. So how y'all doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm having a lovely weekend with lovely hot weather. We are 90 degrees. So yeah, we're just having the upsy downsies. One day I'm freezing, the next I'm sweating. I kind of just would like spring weather, but I guess it's not going to happen. We're just going straight to summer. So anyway, I mean, spring is all over the place, but generally we don't get in the 90s until a little bit later in the season, but is what it is. I'm a little scared to see what July and August are going to be like, but we'll worry about that some other time. All right, so I have just a hinge, and this is just coffee dyed paper. Could not think of that word. We're just going to ink it a little bit. But yesterday my daughter came and got to hang out all day. And so it was fun chatting with her, and then my son came home from work and we had dinner, and so then we got to chat with both of them, so it was a great day. And today everybody's off to work again, so that's how it is when you're going to school. Okay, what did I do? I had a glue paint, or yeah, one of these to glue on, because I ran out of book page guts. I usually end up with those from doing like altered books and things, but I don't have any at the moment. So what we're going to do is hook these two book pages together. So I'm going to actually move one out of the way so I don't glue them the way I don't want them or something. Turn this over. Actually, I didn't need to turn this over. Oh my gosh, Amy. It's been a while, I guess. So I'm just going to put it basically where the fold was. And then we'll put the other one on top. And I don't care what direction the book pages are going. Yeah, you can tell I haven't done any of this type of thing in a while. Well, I'm always a little fumbly bumbly, but anyway. So now we just have, you know, a little book, which is always fun. I'm just going to use scissors because I have a feeling I'm just going to tear it all messed up. So we're just going to do this. Ink this again because I folded a little wonky donkey. All right, and I'm going to ink around this. I know, inking and inking. But that's what I like. If you don't like it, you don't got to do it. So yeah, we've had, I think it's a family of squirrels. Well, I mean, like, I think it's the mama squirrel and two baby squirrels. They're not super tiny, so they're more like teenagers, but they are smaller than she is. And they're all visiting our yard now. So the cat is just beside himself. They're so cute. And he can't catch them because they are fast. I mean, fast. Well, pretty much if we go outside, they leave. So, yeah. They don't hang out. So it's basically look out the window at them. Okay, and then we're going to have our little cherub facing right go there. And I've got some other little doodads that I want to put on with it. I have some random pages left over from my Bourbon Rose digital when I did the journal with that. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of these just for some background. And I know you're not going to see a lot of it, but you will see the edges of it. And so you want it to look nice. And I'm not worried about covering the coffee dye. That's kind of what I had in mind when I put it down. So it's just our hinge. It's just holding it together. See a little bit, but okay. So all our sides are torn. So these are fun to do because you can do pockets inside of them. You can just have them for extra writing space. And they're a great way to use up, you know, scraps. So that's always a winning thing. You guys watch, that reminded me of Big Bang Theory. I can't think of the guy's name, but he talks funny like that. With the W's, a lot of W's. Yeah, reminded me of that show. I love that show. It's hilarious. Every once in a while, my son reminds me a little bit of Sheldon. He's not quite as wow as Sheldon, but you know what I mean. He just every so often there's something that Sheldon does, and I think, That's a little bit familiar. He's more so when he was younger. He's changed quite a bit, you know, getting older and stuff. But it's just kind of funny. And I don't care what directions that is going either. So we're just collaging, just putting some stuff down for a background. Because we always like that. I'm trying to see which way I want this. Do I want this way? Yeah, I think so. Sure, why not? I'll just put this little smashed up doily up here. It got a little crunched. It happens. You get in a certain pile of paper and things might get smashed. I try not to let that happen, but every once in a while it gets crazy. I saw an Instagram post of a messy artist desk, and she's like, this is what happens when I'm left to by myself for too long. It's like, yep, that's exactly every day I destroy my desk. See, strings. Then I cleaned up, and then I destroy it. Okay, and then this go like this. So yeah, that will be pretty. And these are out of one of those books. Let me grab one so I can show you guys. I've showed them before, but sometimes when I say those books, people don't know what I'm talking about. So, Memories of a Lifetime. And I have no clue. I got these on Amazon, but it was probably 20 years ago. I know there's still, I've seen just a few. I don't know if you can still get this particular one, but anyhow, that's what it is. So I wish they did still have them because they had some other ones that I wanted that I never got. I've got a few of them, but anyway. So anyways, that's where that came from. But I'm sure it's pretty easy to find images now. That is, I mean, at least, you know, like on Etsy you can find them, or sometimes if you just do a Google search, you can find them. So, I mean, you might not be able to find this one, but I'm just saying. I like these two because these little ribbons that are tied up at the top. It's cute. All right, so there's the front of that one. I also have a page of the sayings from Bourbon Rose. What did I do with my lid for that? Oh, it's all the way down at the bottom of the desk. So we could probably put one of these on there. Would look pretty. Just a little one. Maybe I'll just put one of the number ones. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't find my little scissors. They're over on the other desk. But anyway, so I just cut this out already. I figured you didn't need to watch me do that since I had the camera off. And I inked it. That's all I did to it. So we have a little dream. I'm going to put that over here. And then we're going to cover the inside. Hopefully if we can get it open. I thought it was stuck together. I think I'll use this. Trying to think of how I want to do this. I guess we can kind of just do that. And then I'll have enough probably for the other one too. But like I said, you can put pockets in there. You know, you could do corner pockets. You could do pockets that way. You could do one of those little stacky pockets from Tim Holtz. I can't remember what they're called. They're not called stacky pockets, but whatever they are called. You could put one of those in there. So you could do lots of fun things. You know, stacky pockets. It's the Amy term for it. Okay. Try to get it as straight as I can. It's usually not, but we can pretend. A little less. I don't know, I think it goes this way. There's like a little bit of writing under there that you can sort of see, so. I planted flowers yesterday in my pots. That was fun, even though it was steamy and humid. Well, for us. I know probably to people down south it wouldn't even remotely be humid, but I grew up in Nevada, so any kind of moisture in the air and I'm like, ah. Can't handle it at all. I turn into a blob of water. We went to Florida last year. My husband's like, I don't think it feels humid. And I'm like, pits down to my waist. It's humid. Ay, ay, ay. He's like, I mean, it's hot. It's like, oh, it's humid. It was not their most humid time of the year, so, but it was humid enough for me. It's a little muggy in here right now. Not gonna lie. Oh, should have torn that one a teeny bit more, but that's okay. So now we have a little writing spot, and we can also cover the back. I think I'll use like some coffee dyed paper. Maybe we'll use some of this splotchy paper. But like I said, you could make them as fancy, or you could just throw a whole bunch together with like coffee dyed paper. So that you can decorate them later, you know, just make a bunch up and then mass make is the word I'm looking for, but it's not coming to me. And then have them and just grab them out and use them whenever you decide, because they're nice and flat, tuck right into a pocket. But you can also make it super simple, and everything doesn't have to be a hour-long marathon, even though sometimes it feels like it does when making ephemera. I mean, some things take me an hour regardless, but you see, I have already picked out the items I was going to use, so you guys didn't have to go through the whole me looking for stuff, and because trust me, that takes a minute. I mean, I know you guys all know if you do it, but a lot of people have said you're so fast. Well, I'm fast once I've already like gone through all the hemming and hawing about what I want to use. That makes it fast, but in general, it takes me a while to come up with ideas and what do I want to use. I'm going to tear that a little because I kind of, don't you hate it when you do that? I do. And it's hanging over somewhere and it shouldn't be. Got stuck to me. Bugs me. So we're going to do like that. All right, so a little fun book. I think that's cute. Okay, let's do the other one. We need to tear it down a little bit, like this size. So I'm not going to worry about that back hinge a whole lot, but I do want the rest to be torn edge kind of thing. because these are different books, so the pages are a different size. You can make them any size you want. You know, just it's going to depend on your book page, basically. What am I doing? Help me. Help me. I am going to be coming out with some new things this week. Really one main thing, but so keep your eyes peeled. I probably will do that Tuesday, depending on how my day goes tomorrow. I have to go get a haircut and all that, and I don't know what happens, but sometimes when I do that and then I run some errands, all of a sudden the day's done. You know, do you hate that? I do. I feel like everywhere I go now, it takes so long to get there and get back because of the traffic. And it makes me want to scream. I really hate it a lot. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. It is not fun around here. No mo. I'll wait till I put my hinge on. Hinge away. And I didn't tear that perfect, as you can clearly see, and I'm not worried about it. I kind of like that look sometimes in shabby chic and all that, to have that sort of janky look. I think that adds to it. But if you do not like that, then cut them to the size that you want instead of tearing them the size that you want. That would be my best advice. Because that janky look isn't for everybody. I like it. Plus, let's face it, it's easier, which is probably why I like it. I think that's why I am not like I don't like games that have a lot of rules or strategy or any of those kind of things. It's probably because I'm lazy, pretty much, is what it comes down to. But, yeah, it's the same thing with my creativity. If there's too many measuring and rules, I'm out. That's my problem with sewing. I can't. I've tried. But the whole sewing patterns, cutting patterns out, sewing patterns, sewing the fabric, or I mean, ironing is what I'm trying to say, not sewing. Just all that, it drives me out of my mind. So I just can't, I can't do it. Can't do it. So I don't want that one. I want this one. I like this part down here. It'll work to just get this rose. Because we can add some other things. But yes, this is a great use of scraps if you just have scraps. I mean, I have whole pages of paper, but you definitely could do with some scraps. That will work. And you're not going to see it all, I know. That's okay. Going it this way. Here's our little cherub. I guess it's really not going to matter. We're really not going to get a rose or anything, and I think I like it this way, so. Just going to get some of the colors. Scooch up just little, so I don't hang that one over like I did on one of those. And then I've got this little glitter. I probably should have done it the other way, huh? Yeah, that wasn't so smart. Just do it like that. Just a piece of old lighter. This. This paper instantly, those green lines start to run whenever you put glue on them. Okay, sticky. I feel like I want to use some of this. I think we'll go maybe along here. Will work. Use up this crinkly one as much as possible. Don't want to throw it away because I love it. And once you get it glued down, it's not going to be crinkly anymore. So works just fine. So the kids did good in school. Very happy for them. Like I said, it was kind of great because Theron got a couple B's, and that's the first time in his life. So he's like, he was a little perplexed on that topic, but I thought it's good for him, you know? It's good for him to realize that you can't just breeze, you can't just breeze through, and it doesn't stay easy as it can be, you know. For some kids, those earlier grades are easy, but the longer you go, clearly, the harder it gets. And he has learned he needs to study more, which was also a good lesson. I mean, he did, the B's were in calculus and this computer science class, which was surprising, but it was all about coding language and all that. And yeah, I know it's all confusing, but anyway, so it wasn't, definitely not easy topics at all. So I don't know, it's like there's no need to be upset about that. Hayden got all A's. She did excellent. But she had the same thing when she was a freshman. It's like, oh, surprise, you better start studying. So this one we're going to put Faith, because she's got her little prayer hands on, it looks like. The sticky paper is sticky. Okay. I probably should have put those, I put them on the opposite sides, but oh well. It's fine. These are the things I worry about, you know. All right, what do we want to put inside this one? Oh, I was going to use the same one, huh? Yep. Yep, there's enough. Ah, sorry, I just shook everything. Yeah, I don't know how Theron does that stinking calculus and gets a B, because I scraped by with a C in algebra and statistics both. It was just like, oh, barely by the skin of my teeth. That is not my jam. This you could leave plain if you want to, because, or if you have two plain pieces, it would look neat with the book page being plain, but I don't, so I like this pink in here. Darren did have a little struggle in statistics his senior year of high school, but yeah, still did fine. Yeah, that's why my major was psychology, because not a lot of math in that major. And at the time I went to school, there wasn't a whole lot you could do in art. I mean, you know, super competitive. And there just wasn't all the stuff there is now to do in art. Or I totally would have gone into like graphic design. I guess that was around because I have a friend who is a little bit older than I am, and she got a degree in graphic design. But I think it depends on the school, obviously. That's very always true. But I had never even really heard of that. So, see, it's all what you know. Oh, what is that? This one's got some spots where it's torn a lot. I probably should have made this smaller, but it's on there now. I'll just ink that. That's how you fix that. Okay, and then we need something on the back. Do I have enough? I don't have enough of that. Let's use a piece of this. It'll look good on there too, because you can still write on these roses. They're light enough. Oh, it's already torn, Amy. That one isn't. Yeah, I wish I would have gone into graphic design. That was sure would have helped me a lot right now. Isn't that always the way, though? There, see, I like those torn edges. I think it looks good. So, we have right, the cherubs facing right, and left, the cherubs facing left. And of course, I got some glue globby stuff, because that's what I do. I don't know what I'd do without these goopy erasers. You can get these sometimes at the dollar store. You can get them on Amazon. Probably at like a craft store. All right, there it is. Number 41, right. Number 42, left. I hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait to see what you make. Oh, I wanted to say too, if you are, or do want to make, you can jump in at any time. Just make sure you use the hashtag 50 stack challenge too if you post on social media. I think I said that, but it's been a few days. So anyway, love you guys. Talk later. Bye now.